If you thought the drama in Port Charles was finally starting to simmer down, you need to wake up and smell the Metro Court coffee, because the upcoming Friday, May 29th episode is about to blow the absolute roof off this town. I am literally shaking just thinking about the sheer unadulterated chaos heading our way. We are talking about life-altering blackmail, back-alley mob betrayals, a marriage on the absolute brink of self-destruction, and a literal murder setup that will leave one of our absolute favorites holding a smoking gun. Grab your popcorn, guys, because this is top-tier, deliciously unhinged soap opera gold, and we need to unpack every single agonizing detail right now. Let's start with the absolute bombshell that is Portia's sudden transformation into a ruthless blackmailing queen. I mean, seriously, can we talk about this? We all know Portia has a history of playing fast and loose with medical ethics when her family is on the line, but what she is pulling on Friday is next-level villainy. Here's the deal. Isaiah is in deep trouble. He cannot perform surgery anymore. His medical career is essentially on life support, and he desperately needs a replacement doctor. Enter Portia, who is supposed to be this upright chief of staff. But instead of using proper channels, she corners Brooklyn, and this isn't a polite, "Hey, can you help me find a doctor?" kind of conversation. No, this is a straight-up cold-blooded shakedown. I know what you're thinking. What on earth could Portia possibly have on Brooklyn? Well, let's rewind the tape, my friends. Do you remember how absolutely terrified Brooklyn was whenever Jordan's horrifying accident was brought up? The guilt was practically eating her alive. Somehow, someway, Portia has dug up the ugly truth. She knows exactly what Brooklyn did, and she is using it as a massive, heavy-duty wrecking ball. If Brooklyn doesn't use her extensive Quartermain connections and resources to bail Isaiah out of his medical crisis, Portia is going to blow the whistle. We are talking total social ruin, a massive family scandal, and actual terrifying legal consequences for Brooklyn. I am absolutely sick to my stomach for Brooklyn. She has worked so hard to get her life on track, and now she is being backed into a corner by a woman who is supposed to heal people. How is Brooklyn going to wiggle out of this one without burning her entire life to the ground? And the fallout doesn't stop there, because this whole Isaiah mess is spreading like a toxic oil spill. Curtis is currently gearing up for a high-stakes, high-voltage mental chess game. He is facing his own massive legal nightmare, and he is ready to throw down with everything he's got. But he isn't in this alone. Michael, being the loyal friend and business partner that he is, wants to throw his weight behind Curtis. But oh boy, Michael better watch his step if Isaiah decides to slap Curtis with a massive multi-million-dollar lawsuit. It is going to absolutely drain Curtis's bank accounts. And because Michael is so deeply tied up in business with him, Michael's own massive fortune is going to take a direct, devastating hit. I swear, Michael has enough with his marriage actively rotting from the inside out. Does he really need to risk his financial empire too? Speaking of family drama, my heart is absolutely breaking for Trina. This poor girl has been through the absolute ringer, and now she is demanding answers. She wants to know every single dirty detail about what is going on with her dad, Curtis. But let me tell you, the truth is not going to set anyone free here. The more Trina uncovers, the more furious she is going to get. I have a terrible sinking feeling that once the full ugly reality of Curtis's choices hits her, Trina is going to reach her absolute breaking point. We might actually see her wash her hands of her father entirely. Can you blame her? She has spent her whole life trying to navigate the lies of her parents, and this might just be the final devastating straw that breaks the camel's back. But if you think the hospital drama is wild, just wait until we venture into the dark, terrifying world of international intrigue and forbidden lust. Let's talk about Willow. Oh, sweet, supposedly innocent Willow. In my opinion, she is currently living a double life that is bound to end in total disaster. On one hand, she is supposed to be this dedicated nurse and loving wife to Michael. On the other hand, she is harboring this dirty, scandalous, guilt-ridden passion for Michael's own uncle, Drew. We all saw those sizzling forbidden kisses at the Quartermain estate, and we know Nina is sweating bullets trying to keep her daughter's marriage from imploding, while also keeping Drew's congressional career intact. But on Friday, Willow is throwing herself directly into a den of lions. She is cooking up a highly dangerous new scheme, and it looks like she is actively going rogue against her terrifying boss, Sidwell. Not only that, but she is also ready to cross column by secretly helping on a transfer to a private prison, a desperate move requested by none other than Laura. Now, we all know Willow is smart, but Sidwell is an absolute sociopath. He's not some bumbling fool who can be easily tricked by a pretty nurse. Sidwell knows exactly what Willow is trying to pull. In a sickening twist, Sidwell might actually pretend to go along with Willow's plea to not inject Drew with that horrifying, paralyzing drug. But don't pop the champagne just yet. Sidwell's actual plan is far more sinister. He is going to secretly murder Drew in cold blood and lay the entire bloody blame right at Willow's door. I am literally screaming at my screen. If Sidwell frames Willow for Drew's murder, her life is over. Michael will know she was working behind his back. Her medical career will be instantly incinerated, and she will be facing a lifetime behind bars. Carly now Chong Lee Sidwell Carly Carson sought anyone who crosses Sidwell does not make it out alive. Is Willow really ready to pay the ultimate price for Drew? And how will Carly react when she realizes her former lover and her daughter-in-law are at the center of a deadly international frame-up job? The anxiety is real, you guys. Meanwhile, we might finally get some incredibly light at the end of a very dark tunnel for Dante. Word on the street is that the FBI might have finally located Britt and Rocco. I can only imagine the sheer overwhelming wave of relief that is going to wash over Dante when he gets this good news. But because this is Port Charles, nothing is ever simple. Instead of doing the normal thing like calling the feds to bring them home or rushing to the airport to scoop them up, Dante is going to make a highly risky, incredibly secretive move. He is going to cover up the fact that he even knows where they are. Why? Because Dante knows that the second Britt and Rocco step foot back in this town, they will be walking targets. He wants to keep them completely off the grid, safe from the endless violent mob wars and FBI investigations that plague his daily life. But we all know that keeping secrets from the FBI always backfires. Is Dante putting his own badge and freedom on the line? And finally, we have to talk about the absolute powder keg that is Sonny's organization. Sonny has been through hell and back, finally realizing that Ava and Valentin were gaslighting him with fake bipolar medication. Now that he's back in control of his faculties, he is playing a very dangerous game of survival. And right in the middle of it is Pascal. It looks like Pascal is stepping up to act as a double agent, a spy for Sonny, but let's be real here. Pascal is playing with pure dynamite. He was directly involved in the terrifying imprisonment of Jocelyn, and he knows damn well that if Sonny ever finds out the truth, Sonny will have him erased from the face of the earth. Pascal's only hope of survival is to be 100% honest with Sonny and throw himself at the mob boss's mercy. But can a leopard really change its spots? I highly doubt Pascal can keep his head above water. In my opinion, Pascal is a walking dead man. He is trapped between Sonny's wrath, Cassius' cold calculations, and Sidwell's lethal reach. It is only a matter of time before Pascal is exposed as a rat and brutally eliminated by either Cassius or Sidwell to send a bloody message to Sonny. The stage is set for an absolutely explosive Friday, and the tension is so thick you could cut it with a scalpel. Will Brooke Lynn succumb to Portia's ruthless blackmail, or will she risk jail time to keep her secret safe? Can Michael save Curtis without dragging himself into financial ruin? Will Trina completely disown her family? And oh my god, is Willow actually going to be framed for Drew's murder? You absolutely cannot miss a single second of this. Make sure to keep your eyes glued to the screen and keep checking back for the latest shocking General Hospital spoilers, breaking General Hospital updates, and the juiciest GH spoilers on the web. Trust me, the fallout from this episode is going to reshape Port Charles forever, and we are going to be right here to dissect every single juicy, scandalous second of it. Let me know in the comments, do you think Willow can survive Sidwell's deadly trap, or is she about to lose absolutely everything? Let the drama begin.